You're listening to Chibi No Podcast.
Welcome everyone to another review of Chibi No Podcast. We're reviewing episode 39 of Dragon Ball Super, and wow, has it gone amazing and just fanboying over here like crazy.
Was anybody screaming at their TV in this episode?
I was laughing and I was like, "Whoa!"
I was screaming. Allie is downstairs, just like, "What the heck?" And I'm just sitting there like squealing, like a little 7-year-old kid again. I'm just "Oh my god!"
I will tell you, this is the most I've ever felt it reminiscing Dragon Ball Z than ever.
This is the most Dragon Ball Z episode of all time.
I will say this though.
Super.
I will say this just to add more onto it. It's just animation still being consistent, and I love it.
This was a great animation. I got chills.
The only thing I have anything to say that was negative was what David told me was when Piccolo is talking about hit. His face looks like Vegeta when he's about to get hit by Cell, whereas like his neck is like 10 feet wide.
It was weird.
That's
the only part
that's about it. Other than that, the animation was
But,
oh my
spot on.
gosh, this episode.
but anyway, let's get introductions here. You got me, David the Smash fan.
Jagga little brother, Mr. Worldwide.
Miles, a Dragon Ball fan today.
Okay, so let's dive right into this. I mean, this has been probably the most
Well talked about
and
Episode.
most hyped episode.
If you saw the Kaba fight, it was good.
The Kaba fight
This
was
puts
really
it
good,
to shame.
but this one was just amazing.
Unbelievable.
And there's so many things to go over
Oh
here
my
in this episode. I mean, one of the things that makes Hit such a great character at this moment is in the episode beforehand. You know, we talked about how he has lived for 1,000 years.
Yeah, he's old.
How he has that
Very wise.
time lapse, time skip thingy.
Yeah.
And then we found out this new thing that of Hit, and it's the fact that I didn't see it in English.
It just says improve.
Improve. In Spanish, he says his technique is called learn. So basically,
he didn't say that in English. There's no technique called learn.
No.
No, I'm saying he didn't say there was a technique called learn.
Well, it's not called learn, but he's like
transformation. It says transformation.
He says transformation.
English
Well, either way, he
English
says
sub.
he talks about how he basically is learning how
As
to
he
fight
fights.
as he fights Goku, and he's pushing his boundaries more. Which is what's funny is that this is what Goku does also when he fights.
Yeah, he gets stronger as he fights a stronger opponent, which is mostly a trait of a Saiyan.
Yep, and
Which Vegeta was pissed off because he's like, that's a Saiyan trait.
Yeah, he was really confused
He was
about that.
he was pretty
Really
upset.
confused about it.
It's cool
No,
to see somebody else like Goku for once, though.
It was what the improved technique. There's
I don't know.
I have another thought of, or I had an idea. Of
In the
what other
English,
name
he
would
just
be.
said that he was being able to improve by watching Goku. And then
Yeah.
also he does the stance of
Well-
Goku,
well,
and he says, I'm sure I can improve my fighting by following your stance.
And on top of that, well, it's like he says it's a transformation. What they said in the English sub, and he's like, I've never had to transform improve, to transform to be stronger.
Well,
He
for
never
what-
had to because he's never had anyone that was up his tier or a little bit higher. So he's improving as he goes against Goku. Like he's getting stronger for his universe.
Well,
Which
remember
is
from
cool.
what I read was he was watching Goku, and he's like, it looks like you guys transform by powering up. So then he mocks the power up and gets stronger.
Yeah.
And then he's able to go from 100th of a second to 200 second of
He can-
slowing down time.
and he said he can go up
Time
to
skip.
0.5.
Then he got up to 0.5 at the very,
Yeah,
kind of
that
near
was
the
weird.
end, right?
And so you're like, what the heck's going on here? Like this?
Yeah, he keep getting faster and faster. It's ridiculous.
And he's already fast as it is. And what's
Yes.
interesting is like as he's getting better, his stance changes. Like when he first fought Vegeta and Goku,
He had
Yeah.
he had like a boxing stance, and then when he improved
he
and got
followed
better, he
Goku
kinda,
and he started
yeah,
doing Goku stance.
It's
It's like an
kinda like a
outward
Goku-
stance, like a Dalsum from Street Fighter, but instead of his arms going
Yeah, it was kind of
pointing
weird.
forward,
Like he
they
kind of
pointed
lifted
out.
up. Yeah,
They pointed out.
and so that's I guess shows that he got faster. I don't know.
I think the position he's in is where he can manipulate the time skip. Like his arms could be its most effectiveness. That's what I'm assuming.
This is one of the coolest things I like about Hit is he is like literally a top tier fighter. I mean,
Yeah.
how we're seeing him perform. I mean, being over 1,000 years old, he's
Yes.
super wise. He's learning to improve just by watching his opponent, which is something Goku does. He's getting stronger by seeing how Goku does it, and it makes me. I mean, I'll talk about it later but after Goku's new technique, I have a feeling for next episode maybe he'll just keep on improving based on that. It's really cool to see a character be such a challenge for
You
Goku.
know what I like too?
Like
is
they're on par almost.
This is from a super standpoint, except for Frieza. Is every opponent that Goku fights is stronger than him is not really necessarily evil. It's just they're kind
Frieza?
of neutral. As everyone aside from Frieza.
Okay.
so like Hit doesn't seem like he's bad guy in my perspective. He seems like you know how we were going off the
Hitmen
cube
just get
thing?
paid to kill and they leave.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go so I can make more money, or Goku wants to do to get stronger. Hit just seems like, oh well, this seems like fun. Like he's actually enjoying.
I guess what
the
you're
fight
saying
with-
is you're not looking at it like where Frieza's more malicious.
Yeah,
Hitman,
he's
Hit's more of just that's his job.
Like
Yeah.
if Goku hired him.
I mean,
to
don't get me
hit-
wrong, an
yeah.
assassin's a bad dude, but he's not like
He's
a
not-
malicious villain like
he's not
Frieza, where he
evil
enjoys
at heart,
killing
He's evil for he's
for what he
evil pay.
does, for his
Yeah.
choices.
Which
But
is
he
cool.
doesn't.
That's what I like about him.
Yeah, he's
cool.
not the type that like seeks killing for fun.
Nope. He
Whereas
does it
that's more
for-
Frieza. He's more the malicious type.
But talking about going back to hitting and fighting with Goku, like you see that point two makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah.
And Hit, I mean, he is strong.
Very,
Like
very
he's
strong.
he's fast, but he's strong. He can do really strong hits, and he's basically telling Goku, give up because I can't even go 0.5 seconds. Like even if you try to,
he shows him that he can go 0.5. Now that
Yeah.
I've improved now that I can go that
Half
I'm
a
at
second,
0.5
yeah.
seconds.
and he's
go-
like,
and
it's like
Goku
you can
got
try
hit.
to, so you can try to predict where I'm going, but I'm just gonna keep getting
500 a
quicker.
second. That's gonna be crazy.
yeah, and so
So Goku had to finally do something that he had planned to use against Beerus.
which is one of the
Which
funniest
is awesome because Whis like, "Did you know about this?" He's like,
Mm.
like, "No."
No.
No.
He's like, wow, you would lose. I wouldn't lose.
I like that the comedy in here was good because mostly this episode, which was great, was the old school full-on fight scene Dragon Ball Z style, which I
Yeah.
liked about it. But they even have those subtle comedies they do, which was great. And I love the
farting?
the fact of where he's watching Goku fight Beerus, and he's like, "Yeah, that's my Goku," and Whis is like, "Technically, that's my Goku."
I've been training
I
him.
loved that scene. That was fantastic.
I
But
love the subtleties of that.
I guess. Oh, I did. Yeah, the part I was going back to Beerus, and he's like, when he said like, yeah, he's like, no, he's like, I don't know, I'm not scared. He's like, so, but why didn't he use that technique like when he was fighting me in the first place?
Yeah.
And so it kind of
Vegeta
explains
kinda-
this.
And
Vegeta
it
explains
explains it because the
It
last
explains it
time
so
we ever
well.
saw, can we just say the new technique was Kaioken?
It's the Kaioken, the Super Saiyan Blue
Super
Kaioken.
Kaioken. And the last time we saw Super Kaioken was in a filler,
Yes.
which was during PyCon.
But
and
which
he used it
doesn't
for
count.
half a second, and he only just powered up for a second, then punched him, and then he went to that moon rock.
If we're talking canon, it was when you fought Frieza.
That was the
Right,
last
but
time.
no, I mean like as a Super Saiyan though.
Yeah.
So like the only time we've ever seen a Super Saiyan transformation ever use Kaioken was in the filler of PyCon.
Oh, well,
And he only used it
the
for a
fake
second.
Super Saiyan.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying in general when he actually turned Super Saiyan, then he said Super Kaioken and
Yeah.
punched PyCon in the tournament. If you think back about that, that's a great concept, and I wonder if Akira Toriyama took from that because when he used the Kaioken as a Super Saiyan back then, when he used the Super Kaioken, it was only for a straight boosting up and punching him midair,
Well,
and then it depleted instantly.
It was to get rid of the tornado that he was in. And that was
No,
kind
I
of
know, but I'm just
But
saying
yeah,
what's,
yeah, yeah.
what's
No, that's
cool
not
about
why he
no, it
used
wasn't
it.
a tornado
Oh, I
though
don't
when he
remember.
did it. I just watched it today actually. But the thing that's cool about that is what he describes about the Kaioken. That the reason he never could use it in Super
It
Saiyan
does
form is because it's so hard on the body already, and doing a Super Saiyan, you're risking your life.
Yeah, it's
And the only
basically-
way you can do it now is because of the God form has enough like
No, well, the thing is, what he said was the God form
can
is,
handle it,
Well, Kaioken is as a technique you have to have with a peace of mind and control of your ki.
which the
And
God
Goku,
key does.
The God ki helps him.
Which
and
Super
it
Saiyan
helps
is an
Goku.
angry transformation.
Yeah, that's
God
what I
Key's
think. That's what's
not.
weird. Now, when I think about it, when I saw that episode, I was like, so then I think Super Saiyan Blue is almost like a semi-god, like a demigod.
Yeah, I
type
guess
of
I can
thing,
see that. Yeah.
but it's more of a pure-hearted transformation that you only
Well,
can only
because
be pure-hearted to be.
It was seven. Yeah, that's 7 pure-hearted Saiyans. You have
But
to be a
then the
pure-hearted
blue-
Saiyan yourself. No,
but-
I'm just saying to be a
Yeah,
god
yeah.
in general.
Yeah,
So I think the god key in general is like a calm, peaceful like state. Like you have to
I
be a
think
pure.
so. And
Yeah.
I think, but like going back to the Super Saiyan Blue, I think it is like the Super Saiyan is more of an
Anger, yeah.
darker rooted transformation, and then Super Saiyan Blue is a more
More
pure-hearted,
calm.
calm transformation, and I think that just goes to prove you how much more pure Goku and Vegeta are now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's a technique. That's something.
That's a really interesting concept.
You know, I like that.
he's
It's a
going,
cool
they're going
thought.
opposite. I mean, Vegeta's teaching. I mean, granted, Vegeta taught Kaba that he needs anger to become
Because
Super
Vegeta
Saiyan.
knew rage more than Goku did. Goku was very peaceful. Vegeta's always been kind of an asshole, kind of angry, kind of. He has always had rage, so
Yeah.
he knows Super Saiyan best. Super Saiyan Blue is something new. They're both learning as they
The
go.
Super Saiyan form. But Kaioken was like Goku said is a god technique. He
Yeah.
learned it by
He
King
learned
Kai or
by King
Kaiosama,
Kai, and
and it
so-
works perfect harmony with God key.
Yeah, and what's interesting is like, we went back to it's a big strain on the body, but also like
Yeah, yeah.
Goku never used it after Frieza using
Too hard on the body.
He used it so much on Frieza, and it was ineffective. I'm surprised he was still standing after that, but that's why I said he stopped using it. And now, since he has more power,
And the
it's
God
even,
Key, it makes
and
it
the
easier
God
on the
Key,
body.
it's easy on the body, but he still even said, like, I only have like
I'm
a tenth of
risking
a
my
chance.
life,
Yeah, I
yeah.
have like a tenth of a chance for this working. Or else
10%
in
chance.
And
English,
of course it works.
in English, it says like, or else my body would get really hurt or something like that. I can't remember what he
my body
said.
will be shred.
He said my body
body
can be
will-
destroyed by using this technique.
Okay, I read something different in one of the English ones. In
Basically, like
Spanish,
his
it says
inside-
that one.
His inside, like basically his muscles and everything. will
Can
be
destroy his
deteriorating.
insides. Yeah, his body will pretty much be destroyed, which is dangerous
yep.
to use.
But one cool thing that I loved was when he's doing that. No, when he's doing that, and then Vegeta talks about like Beerus doesn't know about the
Yeah, he's
Kaioken
acting
like I
calmly.
do.
He's like, you're only not freaking out because you don't understand it.
And then it does that flashback to when Goku fought Vegeta for the first time. And
When
oh
they did
man,
the
I love
Galaga
watching
Well,
and
that.
because
Kamehameha.
Vegeta remembers that pain, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
wish-
Like, transformed, it's just like, where did this come from? But
The
Goku
best
got
in that-
destroyed by that. Though.
Yes. Yep.
That just destroyed his body.
And then
when
you
saw
see
it.
Vegeta's rage come back again because he's like, crap. He's like, Goku's has surpassed me again. And like
But
that's
the thing is, that's a trump card. It's not something I don't think Goku can handle too much. I know.
Well,
it shows that he's stronger, but it's something that's like, it's a desperate move.
And he only goes to times 10 on this Kaioken. I
Well,
mean,
we
he's
found out
being
that-
very risky on it. And I liked how Hit was counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Like he could tell you,
yeah.
he could see the aura upping different times amount, and then it stopped at 10.
Mhm.
I thought that was amazing.
What was the highest it goes?
He
Again?
goes.
What's
In the
canon?
show.
Oh, Canon didn't he go to 100
I'm
times?
pretty sure it's 20.
Well, 20 was a time when he was training on the Capsule Corp shuttle on the filler when
And in
with the
Ginyu.
sun.
With Ginyu, he was at 20.
Ginyu, I thought he got up higher than that, doesn't
He was
he?
at 20. And as
Oh,
far as I
okay.
remember, I think Frieza was still 20.
Wasn't it times 50 against Frieza?
I swear it's 20.
I don't remember.
You'd
But anyway, it doesn't
have to
matter.
look it up. But yeah. But anyway, like you see him get to Kaioken times 10.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's even saying like, this is not gonna last long. Like
I gotta
have to
finish
make
this
it.
now.
But what was interesting is like he starts fighting and they start playing the music that's in the opening, which is really
Yes.
cool.
Yep.
But then you see like when Hit and this is before the actual like ending of the show, but Hit and Goku are going and Hit uses his time lapse thing.
Oh yeah.
And he does it and then like Goku like breaks it. And he's like, that thingy doesn't work on me anymore. I've surpassed that.
I surpassed your limit.
Yeah, your limit.
Your
Like
time
you
limit.
cannot do that to me. And so he's just beating
They're
the crap
fighting,
out
and
of
then
him.
finally you get to see the hand-to-hand combat too, which
Yeah.
is awesome. I want to back up a little bit and just ask you guys, because this is the first time we've seen like a real big transformation since Beerus. Because we didn't get to see the transformation of Super Saiyan Blue, which still pisses me off to this day. So for the first big transformation, like the whole yelling and screaming and transforming, and like, I was wondering how it was going to look, and then you see like the God Aura Blue just surrounded by this huge fireball of Kaioken, and then at certain scenes when you look down, his hair is kind of like white and light blue because it's interacting, and then you see like glimpses of purple like shredding on the
cool.
ground. I mean, how did you guys like this transformation?
The way that it just looked, period, was awesome. Like it wasn't. It was
Glad
just
it wasn't like
awesome.
purple, and he did that funny color thing. I liked it as blue and red.
But
I
it
liked
was
that.
interesting because you see like you saw you just saw the blue, but there's like a
But the
red
blue's kind of
tint,
that whirl, but the
Yeah.
red was still that classic flame that we're used to, which I
Mhm.
loved.
which again it goes to show how different God Key is, or how different Super Saiyan Blue is compared to using a. I mean, even though it's a God attack, it's still one that like just boosts your power. So it's supposed to be more.
It's like on top of a super. I mean, it is just a crazy mouthful, like a Super Kaioken, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
yeah.
It's pretty cool. So I was just looking at the information on it.
Yeah.
So it's not canon times 100 because you only use it against Lord Slug. So the
Okay, so
the
I
canon
did.
one-
I do remember times 100
so
though.
times 20 is when he fought Frieza, but he only used it on the Kamehameha, and that was it.
Okay.
So 20 is
max on canon.
absolutely pushing. And
Didn't he use 20 on Ginyu?
No, he used 10.
Okay.
And so 10 I think is the most Goku should push it, because I think that's his safest bet. If it's
Okay.
times 20, he's absolutely desperately desperate. Like,
Well,
this
it
is
depends because
Rainbow
his
Card
body
kind
can
of
get used to it. That's why like his body at times 4 killed him. Like basically like he
shred
couldn't
his
move.
body,
Yeah, shred his body. But when he did it against Frieza,
I'm
it didn't
just saying,
shred
I
it.
think Goku knows he can't do 20 at all for this time being. Like, if he was able to train like a Beerus thing for thousands of years, he could probably do 20, because that's a very strenuous thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyways. Sorry,
And
continue.
then the final part, which was the final like 20 seconds, was probably
it was the coolest thing ever, because it reminded me of Revenge of Cooler. Because David told me that. I was like, this is so tight.
You see Goku and he shoots the Kamehameha and he shoots it right at Hit. And Hit, you see him, he's like freaking out. And so he does his time lapse, and Goku's like, I got you. And he flies into his own beam, which is the coolest thing. And then he sees Hit there. And then they do the classic DBZ thing where they're both screaming, and they go to like each other, And then what's cool is it kind of pans down to where the blast is, and so you see the blast, it's still
going.
There. Yeah, they're like,
you know what it kind of reminded me of? The whole scene was in a perfect cell in the tournament when Goku uses the instant transmission and gets the blast going. Like, it's just a quick, like, Kamehameha. Or almost kind of like, he didn't use that against Frieza. He's used this technique in other times where he shoots a Kamehameha, and then they dodge, and then he like, gets them. Wasn't it in
But this one, he didn't dodge. They were in the beam.
Oh, I see.
And the only time you've ever seen that was with a Cooler. Because Cooler goes in the beam, and he like comes out and he punches Goku.
Which is
but in this one, they're both in the beam. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I think they're moving so fast that the beam is still going, even though Goku had left.
As for loving artwork, David, I know you'll probably love this too, but did you guys notice that right when Goku turns Kaioken Super Kaioken or whatever, and he goes to attack, they do an animation with his head where he kind of turns to the side and then darts. It reminded me of the exact same animation style they used when he was first fighting Android 19 as a Super Saiyan, when it looked really, really good drawings. Remember when Goku first turned Super Saiyan against Android 19 and then he dodges and then it cuts and that's the end of the episode? It reminded me of the exact same style, and I loved that. It kind of felt like they did some respect to the roots of the original Super Saiyan design. I don't know. I liked it.
Well, I feel like this episode was very, like we all said before, Dragon Ball Z inspired, and I feel like they just started to like take some shots from the original anime from Dragon Ball Z, and they like, let's in a sense rehash it, but they buffed it like 100 times, which was cool to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, take it from some movies, take it from some of these episodes, and then just give you like the nostalgia effect, which a lot of people were
like honestly, I think these
about.
last 3 episodes. You can disregard the first 2 arcs because you haven't been movies, and honestly, the movies are a lot better than what they did in Super. Animation-wise, and it just
this to me is as close as it's been to the
but
movies.
this has been amazing.
No cheesy CGI.
Nope.
It was literally they did some of the 360 pans, but they were actually the animated drawn style, which I liked. It wasn't CGI Dragon Ball video game.
And what was funny is like they, Jose Kenpachi Ramasamy, he sent us a little meme thing where he's like with people like with bashing on Super like since day one, and they're like, oh, after episode 39, they're like, oh, I love Super, best thing ever. I'm like, that's what's gonna happen.
I had faith in it. I just knew I had to wait until it caught up.
I think what I was saying like last week was I think the animators are just upping their game a lot more since they were noobs.
They fired the noobs and got the good ones.
Either or, the animation is great, but I'm
it's
just saying
gotten
if
to what we need.
If the new animators are doing their job, I'm happy.
But it's funny how some people complain because really, I mean, we've had some shitty looking episodes from Dragon Ball Z. Here's a good example. Vegito. When he first appears in his dark hair, he looks great. Next episode, he looks Super Saiyan. The entire episode looks like junk.
But then the episode after that where he's Super Vegito, that was cool.
No, but I'm saying Super Vegito was crappy drawing episodes. The only time he ever looked good as Super Vegito was right when he transformed at the end of the episode. And
in Dragon Ball Z, you always had different
Or Goku, when he first turned Super Saiyan, the next episode, garbage.
And it always
garbage
happens.
drawings.
He looked like my Manectric from Pokemon.
and Dragon Ball Z had so many different art styles within the good ones.
Well, they had a lot of animators.
And so like to say that they were consistent, it's really hard to say to DBZ because it depends on which art style you like the best. Was it this one or this one or the one that make it a little bit more sharper or a little bit more round?
I'm glad we have a both, so we have the old and new.
You know what's funny is sometimes I miss. I'm like, I wish I had like the crappy episode drawing. Because like if it's like not a good episode, like I'm okay with it because it's got the crappy drawing. But if it's a great episode, you give me the great drawings and be like, that's freaking awesome. Like like when Gohan first turned Super Saiyan 2 at the end of the episode was sick.
Gosh.
But then when he's turning Super Saiyan 2, I'm like, why'd you go with the crap drawing? Give me like
it wasn't crap. It was just not as good. It was not as good as the episode before. But
it
was a different art style.
But I didn't like that. Well, that's a whole other topic. I hated how they redid the whole episode for that. But anyway, this episode to me is literally hands down the best Super episode I've ever seen, and I'd also put it in my top 5 favorite episodes of Dragon Ball universe of any anime episode ever. This was literally one of the top. I want to watch it again.
That's crazy because my top, I would say that my top 10, this would be 2 for me, and then number 1 would be Vegeta and Kaba, just because that
for Super.
For Super.
Oh, I meant Dragon Ball in a whole.
Oh, I know in a whole.
Mine's like Goku's first transformation, Gohan second.
In a whole, like then third would be Vegeta Super Saiyan. Third would be Goku I can't do all transformations. Fourth would
Exactly.
be
Mostly it's the
fourth would be
transformations, right?
Goku versus Vegeta when they're Super Saiyan 2. Like
Oh
best
yeah,
scene,
the
like
Majin
episodes,
versus
like
yeah.
all that's and it could go on, but I don't want.
But anyway, yeah. To me, this was my top tier episode of all time Super. Next would be Kaba, but this was everything I grew up for at like a young age, like with you guys, and it being giddy. We got the full on power up, we got the full on fight, we got detailed information we like to hear about the power ups. We got little bits of comedy.
Finally
top
detailed
tier
about the power up. Jeez.
Right, top
we don't
tier
have nothing about Super
animation.
Saiyan Blue yet. Nothing.
This was just literally everything that makes Dragon Ball Z famous and popular, and what started it all and made it great was all combined in one damn episode that was freaking epic. I give it a 10 out of 10. I am still having chills about this. I got to go watch the episode again. This was literally the episode. I was at work today and I watched the full clip 7-minute fight. I mean, I still can't stop thinking about this episode. This is what made me fall in love with Dragon Ball in the first place. And we got another episode finally after all these years again. Sorry, I just had to get that right.
It was so well done, and I just want to know what they're gonna do next. Because in the next episode, we got little clips in here, and again, a lot of it's misleading, I believe, because the way that they clip it makes it look like Goku loses, and then
episode 40.
Yeah, and the way they clip it, it looks like it makes it look like Goku loses, and it looks like Beerus is getting pissed. Like,
well, Champa was getting pissed too.
But I'm saying,
but it's
the way
like,
that
it's
they
like
clip
how they
it.
did it when
So
Goku
wait, are we
fought
talking now about predictions?
Episode
Well,
40.
hold on, I want to know.
I know. I'm just saying, like the clipping, how David says how they showing it. That's exactly when Goku was fighting the bear, and you see him turn Super Saiyan to shoot something. But I was like, no, look at the camera angles; they're different. Oh yeah, and then what happens next? Goku fights Frost and shows the Super Saiyan. Did it against
so they made it look like it's so misleading, and I'm like, people don't go off what you see on that preview, because if you look at it linearly, it looks like Goku loses and Beerus is about.
They're doing that on purpose.
Yeah, so I'm like, what's cool
is going to happen for the next arc. You know, like, did you ever play the Xenoverse game?
Yeah.
No, they're not gonna put that person in.
Yeah.
Why? He says he's gonna clash with somebody with white hair. That's the only people I can.
No.
He says somebody.
He says someone
future.
Someone future, and he says someone that a lot of people like.
That's gonna be Trunks.
It's gonna be
white
Trunks.
Hair Trunks?
No,
white hair.
Or the white hair. We'll get to that eventually.
Okay,
we don't know who
okay.
They said the white hair will clash with the next villain. I don't think that person's gonna show up on screen.
Well, Trunks should still be there, but
Can't
that would make sense.
white-haired.
Trunks not Trunks being the white hair, but Trunks can come back, and then that whole Xenoverse thing could come in because that guy has white hair.
I don't want them to rehash what they've done in Xenoverse. I want something original.
I'm just saying.
Well, I guess what we're going off right now is
Sorry.
we were wrong on the. Well, it's not really us that were wrong, but the spoilers last week. We mentioned that the spoilers said there was a 2-part episode. We didn't get that.
No.
And I did have my doubts when I was telling you guys because some of the part 1 already happened, so I thought it was kind of not really going to happen, and it didn't, which kind of sucks in a way. But what we do know, if it's accurate, is this supposed to be the end of the episode or the end of the tournament next episode?
It's hinted in the title. It says like,
oh yeah, it said
it's done.
It did.
Who
say.
wins, Champa or Beerus?
What I keep wanting to interrupt you guys is I didn't actually hear you guys' opinion. What would you guys give 39's review? What would you guys give it out of 10?
9.8.
I gave it a 9.8. It's not that I didn't like anything. I think there's just one more thing they could do just to make it.
The only thing I can say
Perfect.
I was annoyed by was just Goku keep falling on the down on the ground. He wasted tons of time getting back up. That's the only thing I could complain about.
Yeah, but
I was like, just get onto the damn show. We want to see fighting. Get up.
yeah, but 9.8.
We know you're gonna get up.
Solid episode.
Yeah.
Next week we're just gonna see how it ends. We're gonna see some
This would be the
dragon
end of the season,
or
right?
something.
Kind
I
of
don't
thing.
know.
Well, they only have 6 of the balls. You need 7 of the Super Dragon Balls.
Yeah, but
But yeah, I know what you mean. So,
Wait, they only need 6 of the 7.
no. They
they
only
only have 6.
Yeah.
They need the 7th one. That's why he wants to get the.
Which we're not going to see the Dragon Ball God or the Dragon God for a while. Well, not for like a very long time, but they're going to have to get that last
Maybe
one.
like fall.
Bulma has the device.
Super
No, I don't
Red
think it'll
Arc.
be fall. I'm sure it'll be somewhere near the end of this arc.
I'd like to see what he looks like. That's about it.
Yeah, it's not what they pictured him as.
Oh
but-
no, that was just a mod. They used
Yeah, we don't have
what's
confirmation
it
what
called?
looks like.
What's that? Omega Shenron?
Do you guys hope he's a humanoid or do you guys hope he's more of a dragon?
More drag. It depends. Because what's his name? Purunga is the Namekian dragon.
And he's huge.
And he's huge, but
He's
got
bigger than
but
Shenron.
that's the original dragon in the sense of that's how he was made, you know?
But then
just a chip
again,
off the
it
original.
sounds what we found out. What's weird is why is it now? We're gonna get into theories on this too, of course. But Dragon Balls, it sounds like they're not really into Mechanizing anymore. If there's a
They
god
weren't.
dragon, it doesn't sound like
They said that the idea or
they can make them, but it
yeah.
doesn't seem like their origins are really Namek like we always thought. Now that
No,
Super came
they said
along.
that they got the Namekian. The
They were
Namekians
like
got
god
it because
devices or
like a
something.
chip or something came off one of the original Dragon Balls,
Oh yeah,
and
landed
that's
there.
how they got the power or the
They learned how
idea
to
or
use
something
it.
to
They
do.
learned how to.
But also the
make it.
Namekians would be kind of like a deity type of race in a way if they can do that. If they can make a dragon
that's
out of it,
more
right?
like learning how to control
I
it.
don't
and
know.
being
I don't
that
know.
way.
We haven't learned enough,
Anyways.
but it goes to prove that they're not necessarily Namekian though.
Yeah,
So I'm interested to see if it's going to be like a big dragon,
And who
or
made
is
them,
it going to
'cause
be
they-
like a humanoid dragon? Is it going to be? If you think these things are the size of planets, I mean, you would think that this dragon would be the size of a universe.
Something.
no,
essence.
no Gurren Lagann, no.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm just curious. But anyway, beyond that, so predictions. So you guys think we'll have that
I
show up of that future character?
Yeah, I read the Spanish synopsis of 40. Again, they've been wrong, so I'm not gonna
We've been
say
having
it
some-
here.
Yeah.
So, but if it is correct, then
You see Trunks?
yeah, no.
No.
If it's correct, you don't see the future guy. Well, it doesn't really go into like what happens at the very end. It just shows. It just kind of tells.
Could be episode 41 that we see that.
Yeah, but
Oh, well.
I'm hoping to get it done. But I'm hoping. Okay, here's one theory that they put in the synopsis. They said that that Goku wants to restart the match.
What?
So basically, he's gonna win, and he's like, I can't. He's like, he doesn't want to win because he knows that Hit is not going up 100% because the only reason that he would go 100% is if he is allowed to kill. That's why he keeps asking. It's illegal to kill in this tournament, right? So they're saying, well, this is why Goku wants to restart because Goku wants to prove that he's stronger than Hit, and everyone's telling him, no, you're going to lose because he's going to kill you because that's his whole thing is killing, and Goku's not. But that's the whole theory, or that's the whole synopsis that they have on here, is that Goku wants to restart the match. I don't know how true that is. I mean, it kind of makes sense because, Hit's always asking, if I kill him, I lose, right? And he just really wants to win. But if he has that option to kill, then he will kill.
No, I don't think so. I think Hit knows that like Goku is strong enough now that he can go all out and it won't kill him. That's my thought.
Yeah. Miles?
Yeah, had a yawn. I think you guys pretty much said everything that's on my mind in 40. Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to speculate at this point. I'm pretty sure Goku it'll be the typical draft. If it's continuing the way that 39 did, I'm guessing 40 is going to continue the way where Goku's Kaioken will deplete and Hit's going to be really weak, and then he's going to have a hard time with his time stop technique, and then Goku's going to be pretty weak, and I'm sure he'll just beat him with a classic Kamehameha or something. I don't know, or they'll both fall down and Goku will get up before Hit. I'm just thinking it'll be like a classic Dragon. That's what
Dragon
I'm
Ball.
Yeah.
No, a classic nostalgia Dragon Ball when Goku goes against Jackie Chun, and they're like, whoever stands up and says, "I'm."
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
I just kind of feel that there's going to be that kind of classic design of Dragon Ball based on how 39 was so classic. I feel like Goku's going to run out of the Kaioken. It's going to be the dire, like, what's Goku going to do? Just like all the time, and then maybe he'll summon the last power to be just regular Super Saiyan against Hit or something. I'm just imagining something both to be weak and then they'll both be pretty exhausted because Hit's been pretty equal with Goku, which has been nice. It's just weird to me that Hit can match the power of gods and a god ki, but, without him being like that. It's just inconsistencies because power levels are a little way out of whack now at this point.
Again, Frieza's not a god.
Yeah, and Frieza
Well,
was stronger than
Hits-
Goku and Vegeta.
And
He's
so-
Whis,
so-
and we don't even know
He
what
has
Whis
had
is
a lot
because
of
Whis
time to
is
get
something.
I'm thinking like you got the Destroyer, which is Beerus. I'm sure they're just like the creator, the balancer.
Oh, yes,
You have
but
to have your, creation and destruction. So I don't
Yeah.
know. That's just theory, but I don't know.
Diego, tell the people where they can leave comments and where they can contact us.
You can leave comments and contact us at Facebook at Chibi No Podcast, at Instagram at Chibi No Podcast, on YouTube at Chibi Podcast, and at Twitter at Chibi No Podcast, capital C, capital N, capital P.
Yes. That is it for our episode 39 review. Go ahead, take a listen, subscribe, like, do whatever it is you do on social
Comment.
media. Comment.
Any of that.
But signing off again, this is David the Smash Fan.
Mr. Worldwide.
Smile, your tech guy.
And this is Chibi No Podcast. Woo!